Hello, I'm Brett Newton. I'm a composer, orchestrator, and author, and this is going to be the first video where we're going to talk about a major work for the wind band. And I thought it'd be really great to start with a classic. And today I want to talk about the folk song suite of Ralph Vaughan Williams. And yes, his name is pronounced Rafe, just like Rafe Fiennes. That's the original pronunciation. So, the folk song suite, sometimes called the English folk song suite. It only has that name actually in its orchestral transcription, which was done by his student, Gordon Jacob. It's one of the few pieces that actually got transcribed from band to orchestra, but its original version is for military band. Speaking of Gordon Jacob, the folk song suite was originally premiered in 1923 on the same program as Gordon Jacob's William Byrd Suite, which I happen to have the scores of both right here, and maybe you can see those. So what is the folk song suite? The folk song suite is a collection of 4 movements of British folk songs that Vaughan Williams or Cecil Sharp or maybe another musicologist collected. What's that, you say? 4 movements? But when I performed it in band, it was only 3. That's right. So the original 1923 version is a 4-movement work. The publishers, after Vaughan Williams completed the piece, decided it might be a good idea to take out this original 2nd movement and publish it by itself. Well, you get 2 pieces that way. You get more money. And Vaughan Williams agreed, and the piece that got taken out is called Sea Songs. And if you look at the pieces, they match up. This is the 2nd movement of the original 4-movement suite of folk songs. Now, one thing that I've noticed in studying the scores of both of these pieces is that the instrumentation doesn't line up 100%. Why is that? Well, again, we have the publishers to blame. And this is an area where this piece needs some serious scholarship because we don't have a definitive, authentic version of the folk song suite with all 4 movements and the original instrumentation. In fact, an instrument we know got left out of the printed version. Throughout the euphonium part, there are cues for baritone. In this case, it means baritone horn, member of the cornet family. And, we'll talk about sax horns at some other point, because sax horns are a whole mess, but it's a member of the cornet family. And so, the printed part has never included the baritone, but there are cues for it. So we have this weird situation where an instrument is completely left out. And this is why I say there needs to be some real serious scholarship on this piece. But the music is just lovely. It is as English as you can get. The first movement is a march. And this is going to be a recurring theme in British military band music. And this march is 17 Come Sunday. It's a famous folk song. Percy Grainger set this for chorus. The second movement is Sea Songs. Now, it is very rare that a band is going to perform the Sea Songs as the 2nd movement. I don't know why. I think they should. It's the authentic 2nd movement. And it's not going to add more than 2-3 minutes to the whole performance. It's not that big of a deal to perform it the correct way. The 3rd movement is the intermezzo. It's the slow movement. Beautiful solo oboe in there. And then, of course, the 4th movement is another march. By the way, the Sea Songs, that's yet another march. So the piece actually had 3 marches in it. March, march, slow, march. This is early on in what we would consider the modern band repertoire. And so the march was kind of king at this point. This is what military bands did day in, day out. It was the march. So this is just a fantastic piece, collection of 10, 12 different folk songs from around England. And like I said, it is absolutely primed for some really in-depth scholarship that needs to be done to give us a really definitive original version of Vaughan Williams. The only problem is we think that the manuscript is probably lost, so that's going to be very difficult to do. Down below in the description, I'm going to link to a really good English performance of the folk song suite that includes the sea songs as a second movement. Some things to listen for in here. They absolutely use cornets and trumpets, and you can really hear that British cornet sound, which just makes the piece come alive. And it's something I wish that the American bands would hold true to, because it changes how the piece feels. It's a much lighter sound. It's just this characteristic feel that you just cannot get with the trumpets. So they have the link down below, and take a listen to it in the complete version. And I will see you here in a few days with yet another piece of wind band music.